From GreekTots. Let's dive into the alpha, beta. These are the alpha, beta lowercase vowels. You'll see alpha, epsilon, eta, iota, omicron, upsilon, and omega. We'll review these later. First, the alpha. So this is a vowel, so that makes it very important for us. This is the lowercase, and it's similar to the English A. Next, we have beta, similar to the English B. And we would expect to see a C kind of a letter here, but instead in Greek it's more like a G, gamma. So we have alpha, beta, gamma. This is delta, like in English D, and another vowel, epsilon. Epsilon is like the English E in some ways. So again, reviewing, we have alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Say it with me, please. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. And again, very similar to the beginning of the English alphabet, except for this middle letter, gamma. Next, we have zeta, eta, which is a vowel, and theta. Theta is important because this is the letter that begins the word theos, for God. So very easy to review this part. Zeta, eta, theta. Next, we have another vowel, iota, which in some ways is like the English I, and in some ways it functions like our J because there is no J in Greek. So for example, the name Jesus, the name John, these begin with iota. Here's kappa, like our K, lambda, like our L, mu, nu, notice the nu, it looks like a V, but it's really like an N. And so here's ski, you can think of a little man skiing, XI, ski. Omicron is a vowel, so that makes it important. Very easy to remember because it looks similar to our English O. This is the short O though. This is not like omega. This is the ah sound, like omicron. And to review, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, ski, omicron. And we're going to have a review video as well. So this is just an introduction. Now we have pi followed by rho. Notice the rho looks similar to our P, but this is the R sound, rho. And for sigma, I wanted to point out to you there's also a final sigma. So the one you see at the top on the right side is called final sigma. When the sigma is at the end of a word, it will look like the top one. And when it's in a word, it will look like the bottom one, or the beginning of a word as well. So final sigma is the top one. Next we have tau, followed by a vowel upsilon, like a U, similar to our English U. Pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. Say it with me. Pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon. Next we have phi. Some people say phi, but I was taught phi. There's also chi, the beginning of Christos, is this chi here, or chi. Next, psi, the last book in the New Testament, apocalypsis, like apocalypse. That's what this sound is, the kind of PS sound. We don't use it as much in English. And finally, omega. This is the lowercase. Omega looks a bit like a W. So this is a vowel. Now, phi, chi, psi, omega. Say it with me. Phi, chi, psi, omega. And finally a review. And I have a little song for you here too. Let's just say it first. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, ski, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega. And here's the song, not to highlight my musical ability, but something you can try to sing as well, just to practice learning the alpha beta.